Is Willow here?
No, she's at work.
Can I come in?
Yeah, sure.
On the next, General Hospital.
As far as I'm concerned, sooner the better.
You might be the perfect person to help me figure this out.
My mom knows your WSB.
What?
There is one person that I need to hear from.
You hurt them and you see what happens.
Willow, I want you to see the kids.
Even on an antidepressant, I was masking my depression. I felt I was missing out on the moments around me. So my doctor prescribed Rexulti.
When added to an antidepressant, Rexulti was proven to significantly reduce depression symptoms, more than an antidepressant alone.
She said Rexulti could provide a boost. For me, less depression meant enjoying the little things.
Elderly people with dementia-related psychosis have increased risk of death or stroke. Antidepressants may increase suicidal thoughts and actions and worsen depression in children and young adults. Call your healthcare provider right away to report new or sudden changes in mood, behavior, thoughts, or feelings, or if you develop suicidal thoughts or actions. Report fever, stiff muscles, and confusion, which can be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may be permanent. High blood sugar can lead to coma or death. Weight gain, increased cholesterol, unusual urges, dizziness on standing, falls, seizures, trouble swallowing, or sleepiness may occur.
Could a boost help you build on your progress?
Ask your doctor about adding Rexulti.
What up, y'all? This your boy Ace here, and welcome to Soul Caps, y'all. So, let's go over this. Last video today for y'all, man, and this is probably the most interesting video of the day. Okay? We're doing a lot of videos today, man. Hopefully I can get all of this in for y'all, man. It was a lot today. I didn't think it was going to be this much, but that's how good the episode was. You know, look, I usually try to do quite a few videos on Fridays because it's the last day of the week. I get more time to work on them during the weekend, but during the week it's kind of hard because there's an episode the very next day. It's very hard to get a lot of videos up. It is a bad thing for me when the episode is this good. Good thing for y'all, but bad thing for me because that means I got to do a lot of videos. This is a super good episode today. I didn't even get a good chance to go over everything I wanted to go over. I wanted to go over some more of the Ronnie stuff. I didn't really get a chance to go over that. But we got to talk about this, though. So in the last video, make sure y'all watch the last video where I talked about Drew wanting to frame Michael, still being keen on wanting to frame Michael. This is very interesting because something, if it wasn't for the GH community, I wouldn't have noticed this. It was a suspicious visit earlier from Carly, right? So there's some theories going on right now that Carly might have, somebody took Edward's gun, right? And they're trying to paint Willow. So they're going to take it over to Liz's house and plant the gun there. People are thinking Michael did the same thing. So Michael comes over late in the episode and he wants to see Willow. Liz was there, but Liz was telling Michael, like, you know, Willow was still at work. Now, I don't know if Liz is going to tell Michael that Carly was just over there, or if he already knows, like if Carly been in touch with him or whatever. But it's weird because Michael was super suspicious. Super suspicious. Like, I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on here? So before he goes into the house, he's like looking at shit, like looking to see if anybody saw him, like he's about to do something. So this is where I can believe Michael's about to plant the gun over there. It's like he almost was like hoping no police is looking or just witnesses in general. It's like he really didn't want to be seen going over there. So we know tomorrow in the teaser trailer, I was going to do another video on this, but it's too many videos today. We'll talk about it tomorrow though, but apparently it sounds like Michael's going to let Willow see the kids tomorrow. Now, both of them seem to have gotten notified about the hearing too. We know for sure that Willow got notified. So I'm wondering if Michael got notified too, and so he's maybe feeling a little bit guilty about the pushback day of the hearing, which is supposed to be now in January. So basically the rest of this year, this calendar year, 2025, she's not going to be able to see the kids for the holidays and stuff either. So it sounds like Michael is planning on having Willow finally see the kids. But that's kind of weird though, like, because Michael has been keen on wanting to keep the kids away from Willow. Like, what's changing this right now? Very weird stuff, right? And there's a reason why he's doing that. I haven't come up with a full theory yet on it, but something's telling me it's just that maybe even he has something to do with the pushback date. It's something like Michael's trying to throw somebody off. I don't know who it is. I don't even know if it's Willow herself, but he's trying to throw somebody off. So it's just super suspicious. Like, it's just, for me, man, I'm loving this though. Like, writers, you're doing a good job, right? Look, the writers are doing a good job. Y'all doing y'all job right now. You're supposed to frustrate us. You're supposed to make us think. I want to be in this situation. I don't want it to be obvious. The obvious shit is, I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want Heather Weber as the hook killer to happen again. Because that was a terrible reveal. That was terrible. That was absolutely horrible. That was a weak cop-out killer. It made sense, but it was a weak, it should have been Esme. Okay? I'm not gonna get over that. It should have been fucking Esme. Alright, it should have been Esme. But look. This is why I made that video last week about Michael. It doesn't make any sense to me if he had anything to do with this shooting. Why would someone that's so keen on protecting his kids put himself in a situation where he could be in prison? It just would make me think like Michael's not that smart. And I'm not going to believe that. I'm not going to believe that. I think they trying to pull. I think they're trying to do something. They're trying to do something to us to throw us off. That's the only thing I can think of. They're trying to throw us off again. Now, I've been saying, if you've been watching some of my earlier videos today, I've been coming up with a new theory that I don't think Edward's gun was the one that shot Drew. I think it's a planted gun. I think somebody planted that gun to frame the Quartermains. Probably mainly Michael. You don't even know. See, it makes sense. So I also been going over like if Drew was the one that set this all up. That's still a real possibility. But what's making me think Drew didn't do it is two different reasons. The first one is I don't think he will put his life in jeopardy or get a serious injury out of it. I just don't think so. He will have to super trust this shooter, and I don't think that's the case. The other thing is this. This is the bigger one. He's hoping Michael goes for the fall. It's not like, look, if he's framing Michael, he should already know Michael's going down for this and be confident about it. But it sounds like he's hoping. If you go back and watch that scene with him and Martin, it sounds like he's hoping. Because why would we be talking about Curtis and Portia being suspects if, like, him and Martin was talking about that, if he already knows who the hell did it? That's why I'm saying I don't think Drew set it up. But I also don't think that gun is the right gun. This is PCPD we talking about. They are idiots. No offense, Anna, but when it comes to this type of stuff, is an idiot. You're a smart woman, but this stuff, y'all not so bright. And it ain't even just, and like, it's been for years since I've been watching the show. The PCPD just stupid. This is why Sonny and Jason are still at large to this day. There's other reasons why they're still at large too. But look, I believe this, bro. I think that gun was to plant a Quartermain as a suspect, and I think the real killer still has the gun, the real gun. I think Drew had a real shooter. I don't think that this is no framing type of thing. Like, I think he had a real shooter. And whoever the shooter is, they're laughing. They're kicking back laughing because they're like, ain't nobody suspecting me. Michael in the forefront. But Michael is acting so suspicious that it's like he knows something, though. It's like he knows something. He's acting too suspicious. The way he was looking around, I'm like, the hell are you looking around for? Then all of a sudden you want to let Willow see the kids? And if I'm Liz, like, you got to be smart too. You just had 2 people come over your house and it was weird visits. And Carly and Michael. The same people who are top 5 suspects in the shooting. Like, you got to be thinking, Liz, like, it wouldn't it be some shit if, look, Liz lives with who right now? Who does Liz live with right now? She lives with Willow and Scout. Wouldn't it be some shit if one of them are the shooters? She's living with the shooter this whole entire time. It's been crazy too because they've been kind of, if you've been thinking about it, Liz is actually, Liz is the shooter, but Liz is a central figure in this investigation. She's just the person that's like the eyewitness or whatever, but she's someone that's definitely been this is why, like, anytime there's something involving with the shooting, I'm definitely paying attention to any scenes with Liz. Because there's some type of connection there. Because they keep going back to it, like, Liz listened to Carly threaten Drew. Now she's in this situation. She might be living with one of the 2 killers. I mean, well, not killer. I'm using that word because he wasn't dead. Shooters. It's a weird situation right now. But I'm not saying Liz. Like, Liz is not even on my suspect list. She's not even on the suspect list. But it's like, it's crazy to think about. And then I was telling y'all yesterday with the way Ronnie was reading that damn search warrant, like, real carefully. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's weird, man. And then wasn't it weird too how Jason and Michael, like, kind of left the room at the same time? That was kind of weird too. No, y'all, like, I don't think a Quartermain did it, except for like a Danny or a Scout or Ronnie or something. But this is why this is why I say this. This is why it makes sense for it to be Scout or Danny, just because if Michael is protecting somebody, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Look how he went over there. It's almost like he kind of trying to see what's going on. It's something like Michael knows something, man. Like Michael knows something. I don't know if he knows who the shooter is, but it's just like Michael knows something. It's weird. It's weird how Carly came over there. How many people know who the shooter is? For real, for real. Like, is there multiple people? I'm going to tell you what. This is the other thing, too. I'm going to tell you what. Tracy while I don't think Tracy knows something, but Tracy's suspicions of people is probably validated. Probably very validated in this particular situation. Probably validated. Because if I'm Tracy right now, I'm looking at this like this. Should I be trusting these people that's around me right now? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if y'all picked up on that. Should Tracy be trusting in the people that's around her right now? Because if I'm looking at this situation, I got a whole family that's not listening to me when it comes to Ronnie. They're trusting in Ronnie. It's like like if you think about it, Michael didn't really tell her anything. Like, can she really trust these people that's around her that they didn't do something to Drew? You know, I wanted to do this, y'all. I wanted to go as far as questioning Monica's death, if someone murdered her, but I don't think the show's going to go down that route because the actual person that portrayed that character died in real life. I don't think they're going to turn something like that into a murder. That's why I never mentioned that situation, out of respect for my trust and respect for the writers of Leslie Charleston. That's why I never really discussed that, but that would be interesting too if they ever went in that direction. For real. Cause like I'm telling y'all, I kind of changed in today's episode when it comes to Tracy, because I'm like, man, can Tracy really trust these people around her like right now? Because her world about to get flipped all the way upside down now that Ronnie's here. Can she trust these people around her? For real? Because this shit is weird. If I'm Tracy right now, another thing that I'm doing too, on some slick shit, I'm apologizing to Drew for what I did at the funeral. That's number one. And then number two, maybe, just maybe, is Drew really your main enemy right now? You gotta be looking at that. Is Drew really, like, we know how vile he is, but is Drew really Tracy's main enemy right now? Because it could be somebody else in that damn family. You know what I mean? Because look, I mean, like, unless it was Martin and Drew working together on that will to make sure Tracy don't get it, now that's where I will differ on that. But if Drew had nothing to do with that and that was just all Martin, then that's a little different, right? Because if Drew don't know about that, that'd be a whole different thing. That's all I said, Tracy, you gotta probably like really have a really serious conversation with Drew. Because maybe he's not your enemy. For real. Because this whole thing, it's going to turn everything upside down. It really is. Because somebody, whoever did this shooting at the end of the day, I don't think it was so much all revenge on Drew. I think it was to frame somebody. And I'm not even saying it was to frame Michael or whoever. It could have been anybody. It sounds like a frame situation. The more and more this like moves forward than a revenge situation. I think there was some revenge in it, but I think somebody was using that as the motive for this to happen. You know what I mean? But it could also still be revenge if it comes to someone like a scout or something. Or, you know. But that's why I said you gotta watch for certain people like Ronnie and all of them. Like, well, you can't be trusting these people right now, bro. Not 100%. Not 100%. The only two people that we can rule out right now, as of today, is Kai and Trina, because they were the only two that were on the scene, and we know they didn't pull the trigger because they heard it in the other room. They're literally the only two people in town right now who had nothing to do with this. They were just there trying to get that goddamn file, and that was it. That's the strange thing about it. They really the only two people who we could say definitely did not do it. Now, I can say to the cows come home that 100% Michael didn't do it. But can we really say that? Shit's interesting. But go ahead and give me your thoughts on this. Get this video a like, share, subscribe. See y'all tomorrow, man. Go see how this gonna turn out with Willow. I want to know if I can notice anything tomorrow, like in Michael while he's doing this. It's gonna be interesting. That's how I said. Moody might be right. Them damn writers probably don't even know who the hell the shooter is right now. This shit might go into February. It might go into February, bro. We'll see. Because I remember Diego, when he killed Georgie, that shit went past November Sweet. That happened like right before Christmas. Right after Emily's death. Like a month after Emily's death. Because when Emily died, like mid-November that year, and then Georgie died like a week before Christmas. I remember that. That shit was crazy, man. But hey, remember what I said? Remember what I said, too. They could be bringing somebody back from the dead to get revenge on the family. That's how I said, man, it'd be interesting if they brought AJ back or Emily. But Emily won't want revenge on the family. But it will be probably more in Loon with the family. But I'm telling y'all, it's some shit. It's some shit, man. Because that also makes sense if it was Edward's gun involved. If it be someone that was from back in the day like that, like an Emily, it'd make a lot more sense. It would make a lot more sense. But give me your thoughts on this. Give this video a like, share, subscribe, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. So Caps.